Hey guys, CryptoDad here again. Thanks for joining me on the Saturday night live stream, live from Michigan, where you can throw out questions and I'll do my best to get them answered. We'll talk about Bitcoin, we'll talk about the news, we'll talk about altcoins. I'm going to move some crypto around for you guys, and as always, I'll do my best to get to your questions and see if we can get them answered here live. So let's get started. So I'm here again with the rig, and that is a third monitor back there, and I use it for my gaming. And last week there was a little bit of issue with my microphone kind of popping, so this week I unplugged the monitor USB hub. There's a hub on that monitor that I use for some of the peripherals. And after that, I rebooted, and hopefully we won't have too many issues with all of my USB devices. There's no way to plug in my Wave 3 mic with an audio jack, right? It just doesn't support that. So we're kind of stuck with USB. And not only do I have 5 webcams and mics and keyboards and mouses and all that stuff, I'm also plugging and unplugging crypto hardware wallets, which are generally USB-C devices as well. So we just have a lot of fun here on the live stream. So bear with me if we have any technical issues tonight. Let's go over to the big board and welcome everyone that's here. Let's see what we got here. Oops, wrong camera. We've already done it. Oh, and my green screen is mispositioned. All right, so that'll be, oh, see, that's the wrong monitor. Let's move this guy. We want this guy. There we go. I think we handled that. All right, so welcome everybody tonight. Andreas was here early chatting with Kenny. Mandalet P talking about his Tangem. By the way, I'm going to play around with the Tangem a little bit tonight because they did update their app. So there are pretty exciting changes with the Tangem app. Tangem, one of the up-and-coming crypto wallets out there, a unique solution to the seed phrase problem. If you call it a problem, some people do. I call it a problem sometimes. So we're going to talk about that. One of the discussions tonight, well, the main topic of our discussion tonight is how do I keep my crypto safe? That is one of the biggest questions that I get, or which wallet is the safest, that kind of stuff. So we're going to delve into that. I'm not a huge fan of the word safe. People use that term when they say, is this wallet safe? What they want to hear in their mind, I think, is foolproof. Nothing in this world is foolproof. So when I get that question, is this safe? And I say, I'm afraid to say yes, because if something happens after that, they're going to accuse me of false advertising. So I really don't care for that term, safe. But we're going to discuss it anyway, because I'm here for you. By the way, I want to thank Ellipal. He is the very first member of my YouTube membership group. Ellipal joined my YouTube channel as a member, I think either Saturday or Sunday of last week, right after the live stream or the day after. And I really appreciate Ellipal. You guys know him. He's here every week, joining in the chat, asking great questions, and I want to congratulate him. Also, somebody bought something on my YouTube, my CryptoDad's store, and I haven't tracked down exactly who it is and if I can send them a thank you, but I will, but I will thank them publicly right now. I made my first sale. I believe it was the CryptoDad coffee mug and a sticker. So I appreciate everyone that comes to the stream, subscribes to my channel, becomes members, buys my merch. All that stuff is really encouraging to me. And by the way, for those of you who are not aware, have never been in the stream before, I've got an overview of what we're going to talk about tonight. I've got a discussion topic overview. We've got some good deals here. I've got some shout outs to the crypto lark for people that are into the investment thing. I talk about the market, but I'm not really a trader, investor, advisement kind of channel. So for those of you who are really looking for that sort of stuff rather than technical support, you might want to check out Crypto Lark's channel. And also Rob Braxman has a privacy and anonymity and security channel. I give him a little shout out. I've got the link there to pre-order your Trezor safe. I got a Trezor 3 Safe 3 coming from Trezor. So I will be doing a demo on that. Also, the Engrave discount on the Engrave combo is still active if you use CryptoDad 30 when you check out. The RGB lighting computer that I've got, you might want to check out some of those components over on my Amazon page. Got a link to that. And there's that link to my dedicated crypto merch store. Some cool stuff over there. Some agenda, ways to get a hold of me. Shoot me an email if you want to set up a one-on-one session with me. I am fully open to simply exchanging ideas through email. I've solved quite a few problems in that regard. So don't feel like you have to pay me to just ask me an email question. But if you really want to set up a session and you would like that one-on-one video chat, we can do that. That's a consulting session. But I also have solved a lot of problems through email. Been going back and forth with a gentleman today, and I'll talk a little more about that. We've got news stories that are linked here for all those people that would like to read the entire news story that I discuss, and a whole bunch of affiliate links and stuff like that down here. All right, so let's dive in. Once again, thank you everyone for being here. I think I wasn't down through the full list yet. E. Poston, Marco PT, Simon, thanks for being here. Dino Mustab Basic from London, thanks for all the great videos. I appreciate that. Below Average Investor, Ledger 2.2.3. We can talk a little bit about the Ledger firmware updates. I don't want to get on my soapbox about that. But basically, Ledger firmware version 2.2.1 was the first firmware version that supported the Ledger Recover feature or made it possible. It is optional. And then Ledger 2.2.2 was an upgrade to that introduced some transparency to the process. And then I'm assuming Ledger 2.2.3 further along those lines. Of course, it's not a major update. It's just a point of a point. So we'll see. I can look into that a little bit tonight. Barbara K., thanks for joining me here. Asil is here. I think he's in green because he's a member. That's pretty cool. I think you have access to some of those emojis that I made. You've got the little Bitcoin emoji that he's got there is the newcomer emoji. I think it upgrades after a month to a darker blue, and as time goes by, you know, your emoji improves. And I've got some customized ones too for waving and stuff like that. Amsterdam, Holland, thank you for being here. I might have said, called you out already. Joe Huggs from the UK. Augie Bin Doggy from Colorado. Mouses. Did I say mouses? Mice? Bick Poinowski, of course, it's from Frankfurt. Hey, Tangem app update is awesome. We'll check that out in a minute. Dan is cool tonight. Thanks for being here, Dan. Awesome updates for Tangem. We'll talk about that. And let's see, KW1, hello. CBKG11, Q&A in the end. Wonder how to ensure a hardware wallet hasn't been tampered with. Any way to do an integrity check? That's a really good question. I get that kind of question quite often. People are worried about wallets being tampered with. But I will point this out, and I was talking with someone earlier last night and today, and they were worried that their wallet might have been tampered with. And so I'll put that out there that I don't believe in the history of crypto, which isn't very long, that anyone has ever had their wallet emptied out because it was tampered with before they got their hands on it. This is, and I said in that email, that's a fantasy, and it is. I don't know, people just seem to feel like crypto is so, it's like walking on eggshells with them, and they think somebody might have tampered with their wallet before they got it. We got a lot of that with the Tangem. They had a little problem with their shipping. Maybe it was a customs issue, but their last batch of Tangems had broken seals, and everyone was freaking out, thinking that their wallet had been tampered with. And Tangem came out and said it doesn't matter. The wallet has a cryptographic check for that it's genuine and that it hasn't been tampered with. The Ledger devices also have a genuine check, which overrides any kind of tampering that could have taken place. The only way someone could tamper with a wallet in general is to set it up for you in advance and give you a seed phrase. That would be a big no-no, but that's like a really ham-handed attack. It's not I don't think anyone would fall for that. Nobody is into infiltrating the supply chain and altering wallets in transit and then somehow sucking people's crypto out. It's never happened. It's just one of those things people worry about. Like when you're out at night, you think maybe the boogeyman is behind the tree. Generally, he's not. So we'll talk more about wallet security and the wives' tales that people seem to have in their mind about crypto. And the other one is the fear that they're going to click the wrong button and lose everything. That's another unfounded fear. So we'll talk about all that stuff. Let's jump into the news. Why don't we? Let's see. Do I have any of my stories pulled up? No, I'm still scouring. So I didn't get a chance to pull up the stories, but I got them here. Pretty easy to pull those up. Let me turn all these other ones off. Okay, yeah, I think we're down to that. Okay, Bitcoin bulls defend 3,400. I've been pleasantly surprised this week to see that Bitcoin has defended 34K. I believe it was Tuesday we had a little pop, or Wednesday morning I woke up and I looked down at, I have a little, I don't know what you call them, gizmo on my phone. That's not the right term for it. I can't remember the term. It's a little app of an app, sort of a thing. Widget, there we go. I have a little widget on my phone that shows me the price of Bitcoin. That took me a long time to get out, didn't it? And I looked down at it and I was like, oh, okay, well, we're still at 300. There's my phone right there. I don't know if I can show you that widget or not. No, it doesn't show up when I put my phone in sleep mode. Oh, come on, phone. All right, there we go. Anyway, anywho, And I looked down and I was like, oh yeah, 350. So we're safely above 3,400. And then all of a sudden I saw a couple of alerts about the price of Bitcoin from various sources I have on my phone. And I realized, oh, it wasn't 34,300. It was 35,300. And we'd had like $1,000 pop over the course of the night. So that sort of safely pushed Bitcoin higher, and it has come down a bit since then. But as I said, it's safely been defending the 34K mark, which I guess what do you call that? A support now, Dan? 34K? Oh, where's my mouse? Mice. I only have one mouse. Oh, there it is. Is that it? No. Okay, there it is. Yeah, I only have one mouse. I have two keyboards, but I unplugged the other keyboard. I've got three keyboards or whatever. Bitcoin setting up for another trip past 35K. Bitcoin sought to pressure 35K on November 4th as weekend markets continued to consolidate higher. Significant events set up a BTC price upside. The largest cryptocurrency saw a revisit to intraday lows the day prior, but 34,000 successfully passed the test as a short-term BTC price floor. Okay, so sometimes you call it support, sometimes you call it a floor, I suppose. Whatever the term, I'll take it. After nearly hitting 36,000 during the week, Bitcoin was still a favorite for traders, eyeing potential upside continuation, which is good. In his latest video update on the day, popular trader Credible Crypto suggested that a trip past 35K was the logical next step. So Bitcoin doing well overall, despite some pretty significant macroeconomic political risks in the world right now. We've got two what we might call major wars going on right now. The Israeli-Hamas conflict has the potential to pull in more regional players. So there's a lot of macroeconomic risks in the world right now, despite inflation and recession and all that other stuff. So it's surprisingly refreshing that Bitcoin is holding the line. I guess I'll put it that way. Let's see, what else we got on our plate here? I'll look over here. Oh yeah, Sam Bankman-Fried, guilty as charged. Found guilty on all 7 charges in FTX fraud trial. U.S. Attorney Damian Williams called Bankman-Fried's crime a multi-billion-dollar scheme designed to make him king of crypto and one of the biggest financial frauds in American history. Looks like he's going to be the fall guy for all the rich people that surrounded him and all of the politicians that he gave generous donations to. I think they're all distancing themselves from him now. I think he had pictures of, there's some pictures of Sam Bankman-Fried glad-handing some pretty important politicians. I don't think there'll be any more pictures of him with major politicians in the near future, huh? Unless they end up in prison with him. Bankman-Fried was found guilty on 2 counts of wire fraud, 2 counts of wire fraud conspiracy, 1 count of securities fraud, 1 count of commodities fraud conspiracy, and 1 count of money laundering conspiracy. He will return to court for sentencing by New York District Judge Lewis Kaplan on March 28th, 2024. Government prosecutors will recommend a sentence, but Judge Kaplan will have the final say. Bankman-Fried's crimes carry a maximum sentence of between 5 and 20 years in prison, with the wire fraud conspiracy, and money laundering conspiracy carrying a maximum 20-year sentence. I had seen somewhere that it was like he could spend 100 years in jail, but those are just, when they talk about jail sentences, they always try to make it sound like, when like a high-profile case,
comes out, they make a big deal. Oh, he could spend 100 years in jail. Not very likely. Looks like that would have to be consecutive sentences, and that's very rare. If you've got found guilty of 5 charges, that they have you running them consecutive and they just add on to each other. They usually have all of those doing what's the word? Not consecutive, concurrent. There we go. So yeah, I mean, and the chances of him spending 20 years in jail are very slim. It's probably going to be more like a year, if that, in some kind of incarceration, and then probation and home detention or something. He might get off with simple home detention. So, yeah, I mean, everyone's like, oh, yeah, justice is served. But guys like him are probably not going to end up serving any serious time. Not to mention he's a first-timer. I don't know. The justice system is pretty lenient on first-time offenders. If you've never been convicted of a felony, it's pretty rare that you serve any time at all. For a, say a minor offense. That's just the way the justice system works. There is a little bit of mercy built into it. Okay, so that's about Sam, and I think we got some more stuff about him. I've linked all these stories down below. There were a lot of reactions to the verdict. What does this verdict mean? Paul Brody, head of blockchain at EY, it's a wonderful moment for crypto. Accountability and the sense that bad actors will be punished is important, not just for deterring bad actors, but to give confidence to those who are operating with integrity. Yeah, I think the important takeaway seems to be that it's not crypto that's a scam or corrupt. It's people involved in crypto and people using crypto as a way to entice and scam other people. Because I think when FTX, in 2022 we had the collapse of, oh God, I can't even think of it right now. The algorithmic stablecoin, whatever it was, Luna. And then shortly, a few months after that, we had the FTX collapse. There was a general sense in 2022 that crypto was some kind of scam pyramid scheme. It always had been accused of it, but those major events really sort of fed into that narrative, and it took the public and the crypto market a while to sort of shake off that. And it seems like now the fundamentals of this emergent technology are finally, taking center stage again. So the fact that he was convicted of fraud really helps. And I think, here we go. Noel Atkinson, head research at CoinDesk. The verdict came as a huge relief. While it looked increasingly likely as the trial wore on, there was always the outside chance that SBF would yet again embarrass the industry by showing that crypto fraud can be hard to prosecute. That didn't happen, and the swift and unanimous decision by the jury definitely shows that fraud is fraud, and crypto service providers can and should be held accountable. The closure of the SBF phase should help to show the next wave of investors that crypto markets can be grown up. We're going to talk a little bit more about crypto markets and trading, some changes that I've noticed, but I found a great article on Yahoo that kind of encapsulates the attitude that people have towards the crypto market and trading. The jury, the case was always about fraud, and this outcome confirms that the jury understood who and what was on trial here. Yes, a man, not an industry. Senator Sherrod Brown, chairman of the Senate Committee on Banking, This verdict is a victory for everyone fighting fraud and scams in crypto. In this trial, we saw how crypto companies like FTX think the law doesn't apply to them, gamble with consumers' money, and lie to the public. Americans continue to lose money every day in crypto scams and frauds. We need to crack down on abuses and can't let the crypto industry write its own rulebook. Well, I think that's a little biased if you ask me. I still think the government tends to have it in for crypto industry as well. And they don't seem to really care about this huge Wall Street Ponzi scheme operating as the elephant in the room. And, you know, they want to cast aspersion on the crypto market when, you know, every day we're being exposed to, you know, there was this whole thing about the JP Morgan gold traders that story popped back into the public because some of those guys ended up getting sentenced finally. But there's a lot of fraud in the system. And so it's kind of hypocritical when I hear statements like this from senators talking about all the fraud and scams in the crypto industry, not to mention the huge Ponzi scheme that the Federal Reserve and the U.S. Treasury are perpetrating upon the public, right? The hidden tax of inflation, you know, the billions, trillions of money handed out to the banking industry during COVID. You know, everyone was talking about, you know, COVID relief and the amount of, you know, I got a check for a couple of thousand, but, you know, trillions of dollars were just given away to Wall Street and finance, and, you know, trillions of dollars were printed out of thin air. So, I mean, to call crypto a scam is just not right. Sorry, I'm getting on my soapbox again. Elizabeth Warren chimed in a little bit. No one is above the law, including crypto executives. Sam Bankman-Fried stole billions from everyday Americans and will be held accountable. Yeah, everyday Americans. All right, let's move on, right? Before I say something that'll get my channel yanked off the air in midstream. Let's see what we got here. Boom. Solana, 80%. I've been hearing some stuff about Solana having a big rise. I had also heard I was scouring, trying to find some good stories. Apparently, Cardano is making a comeback. Avalanche is making a comeback. So it seems, it used to be when Bitcoin popped, all the altcoins would kind of pop along with it. Now it seems like there's more of a delayed reaction. I want to talk a little more about the crypto markets in general in my next story, but I will just mention, you know, that there are a lot of altcoins that are seeing incredible gains here lately. All right, so just see a couple of questions here before I dive into this next story. Hardware wallets tampered with, integrity checks, that was CBKG11. I talked a little bit about that. I think that's an unfounded fear that you're going to get a wallet that's been tampered with, but there are, as I mentioned, certain wallets that have integrity checks, Tangem being one, the Ledger devices being another that I know for 100% fact. I think a lot of wallets do have some sort of integrity check. There are tamper-resistant packaging seals on Trezor devices. So, I mean, if your seal has not been tampered with, that's something that you can, you know, help you feel a little good about. You know, and the ultimate test, really, I think and Tom McCullough, thank you for being here. It's good to have you here. P. Wizzle, thanks for being here. Digi Drew from Australia. Fuda44, yay, it's good to have you here. I think the ultimate test, and like I mentioned, I've been going back and forth with people that have given me questions on emails this week. And a lot of people are just petrified of crypto. They think they're going to make a mistake and everything's going to disappear, or that they haven't done something correctly and they're going to lose everything. You guys watch me transfer crypto quite a bit here on the live stream. And one thing I will say is, do a small test. Put some crypto in your wallet. Leave it there for a week. See what happens. I remember a couple months back, I did a video on the Keystone Pro and one of their prototypes, and I inadvertently revealed my seed phrase during the video during a transition where I had it blurred, but during the transition it became unblurred for like a split second, and somebody grabbed my seed phrase and emptied out my wallet. The interesting thing about that little thing was, why did they empty out the wallet when it had so little in it? And I surmised that perhaps they felt that the seed phrase had been exposed in a YouTube video, and if I don't take this crypto now, someone else might get it before me. But basically, they took less than $100 worth of crypto off of the wallet because maybe they were afraid that if they waited, someone else would get it. I said that, a true hacker would wait for more crypto to come into the wallet. But you never really know. And I will point out that the number one way that people lose crypto is by inadvertently revealing their seed phrase, either typing it into their computer or just giving it out, or being tricked into it, or showing it to someone else. This is the way people lose crypto. People are generally, or specifically, are not losing crypto because their wallet has been tampered with by some entity that before they get their wallet. I know that people are on eggshells when it comes to crypto. I guess what I'm saying is, put a little bit of crypto in your wallet and see what happens. If you're worried, just don't put 100 grand in there, and if it's fine there for a week, then you probably got a good wallet. I know that sounds flippant, but I just really don't think that that's a huge issue. The biggest issue is people revealing their seed phrases. It's not that there's some weird hacking going on because someone has tampered with a wallet. The technology required, there have been wallets like the Trezor that have been quote unquote hacked. The attacker had to have physical possession of the device. They needed very specific tools. They were highly skilled individuals that worked for security firms or universities. These are not the kind of people that are going to, break into a warehouse in the dead of night and go into a case full of crypto wallets and, tamper with them in the something chain, whatever you call it, the supply chain, right? This is a very, I don't know that there's any risk of that. As I mentioned, it has never happened. No one has ever had their funds just magically disappear from their wallet. When it happens, it usually can be tracked down to them revealing their seed phrase. So guys, please. Let's see. Tom is here. Yay, Tom is here. Let's see. If you trust your bank, someday banks will hold your crypto for a small fee, of course. Hi, CryptoDad, shouting out from England. Hope you're doing well. Thank you, Daniel. I am. Your mind is always busy. Can you forget your words sometimes? I do, quite often. Crypto.com is a Visa deal, and I love it. A great way to store your crypto and spend when needed. I'm going to try to do a little bit in Crypto.com. Someone asked me a question about CRO. We'll see what happens. Is Caspa in the news? Oh, my God, Caspa. Please don't show coins. Ugh. All apps are as safe as you make them. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Dan, also for being here. Evening, everyone. The Lighthouse Chronicles. Let's see. Fairly new to crypto is a safe pal and Ledger good for cold storage, and which network has cheapest gas fees? The alternate EVM networks like Polygon, I think Polygon or Matic is probably one of the best alternate choices for a low fee network. Solana is also a very low fee network. And Avalanche is also a very low fee network. The fees on the Bitcoin blockchain are not that bad. They can get higher during times of high traffic, but generally Bitcoin fees are pretty acceptable as well. It's really the Ethereum fees that seem to be the highest, right? Can you explain Descent card use? Is it like XXUM? I did a little video on Descent here recently. Let's see here. Let's go to channel content. Yeah. So I basically just showed how to set up the wallet. I'm sorry, I just basically showed how to do the firmware. The Descent wallet is pretty much a regular hardware wallet in the sense that you don't connect it to, I don't believe there's a desktop app for this. It works with your phone via Bluetooth. You don't have to plug it in, just like a Ledger Nano X. You manage the crypto on your device. The private keys are stored offline, and you interface with the wallet using an app on your phone. I guess that's pretty much it. Let's see here. Hey, brought your mug and sticker. Oh, that was Zach C. Thank you, Zach. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I was going to try to, my wife had to tell me that the sale went through because she's the one monitoring the Shopify. It's connected to her Printify. So you can also thank my wife. She's the one that actually has the Printify account that, you know, processes the order. She discovered it. I didn't get an email alert when your order came in, but my wife saw it and got your mug over to you. And I really appreciate it, Zach. It's really nice of you. And I hope you enjoy that mug. Also connecting to the wrong dApps. We can check that too. The company that I work for had money stolen by way of office cameras. Ouch. That's scary. Wondering if they're waiting for us to load up, but I know what you're saying. It really is messing us up. Yeah, I was, when I was talking about that scenario, I know I was scaring the crap out of people talking about, but that specific case I was talking about was me having revealed my seed phrase. It had nothing to do with anyone tampering with or hacking with my wallet. I had inadvertently revealed my seed phrase during a video. I've done that a couple of times, and it's heartbreaking. But it happens. But like I said, that is the number one way that people lose crypto, by revealing their seed phrases. Let's finish up here. I wanted to talk about this other story here. Let's see what we got here. I think we got a couple more. Yeah. Former crypto day traders say no thanks, even as Bitcoin roars back. Bitcoin is not as volatile or as driven as it was, Toe said. This is Peter Toe. He made over $1 million day trading Bitcoin. Emmanuel, thank you. Will the ETF have long-term impact? I believe so, yeah. If we have a Bitcoin ETF approval in the near future, it will have, I think, a big effect on the crypto market in general. Whether that's good or bad, I debate, right? Because we're talking about someone or, big, deep-pocketed investors investing in Bitcoin, but not really adopting it as the decentralized currency that it was meant to be, free of banking and everything. If people are just buying ETFs through their stockbroker, they really haven't broken out of the system at all. The system has sort of absorbed the Bitcoin market. But once again, Bitcoin is a decentralized cryptocurrency that you can, not controlled by banks. It's a community project. You can send Bitcoin with equal ease across the room or across the world. So remember that. That is really the core statement of what Bitcoin is and what it's about. It's not so much the investing, but an ETF would sort of obfuscate that and allow people to just pick up the phone and invest in Bitcoin, which would be good for the market, but I'm not sure if it's good for Bitcoin adoption. Let's see here. For traders like me who are hunting for inefficiencies in the market, it's not too interesting. The allure is kind of gone. Bitcoin general, let's go. Retail investors. The retail marketplace is a bear environment, is generally quite sleepy. Let's see. This gentleman, Craig Murray, had made over 200,000 in the market. He escaped losing. Emmanuel, thank you for that. About the ETF. Oh, we still got the spooky noise on there. I should change that, but I'll fix that later. Recently dropped out, had made up his mind. Heard whispers about its imminent collapse. By that point, the 23-year-old who lives in New York had recently dropped out of Vanderbilt University and had made up his mind. I just decided it wasn't worth it. Why would I have all my money in this space when there's a chance that one day it could all go away? Well, obviously, he doesn't understand self-custody. He was simply trading on exchanges, and that's the danger, right? The crypto is not an industry where your value just disappears. If you properly store your crypto, it is safe and secure, especially when it's in your own wallet. And the safest way to custody crypto is a hardware wallet, despite all the FUD out there about open source, not open source, tampering, not tampering, seed phrase management, all that stuff. When we get down to brass tacks, storing crypto in your own wallet is the most safe and secure way to custody your crypto. And the FTX collapse did not affect anyone that had crypto in their own wallet, right? Nobody that had crypto in their wallet lost any crypto. Of course, the market suffered, but the hodlers still had their assets. So, but I wanted to talk a little bit more about this article. This one's a good one. It's not unusual nowadays to see weekday trading volume averages 50% higher values than weekend trading values, whereas in the past this ratio was almost 1-to-1. Everything from Bitcoin to Dogecoin, over that period, he lost around 12,000. I was constantly losing so much money. I had to save up, find a better job, and worry about my studies. Crypto is so manipulated now, he said. It started out as a thing that would beat the banking system, but now it's just for the rich to move a lot of money. When the U.S. market closes, crypto basically doesn't move at all. That's a very interesting observation, because it used to be that Bitcoin would go nuts over the course of a night. You know, you would wake up in the morning to see Bitcoin ripping like 10 or 20% higher. And that was back in 2017 and early 18, when there was a lot of activity over in China. China clamped down and outlawed crypto trading. And so nowadays we see most of the action taking place, as they mentioned in this article, during the day. There would be these 20 to 30% dips when everybody in New York was sleeping, Toe said. In the early days, you would hunt for these glitches to make money. Now, if crypto goes up, you make money, and if it goes down, you lose. It's more directional, which is a different game, right? It's not the same. I've noticed that crypto is not as volatile as it used to be. It seems to be a lot more stable now, probably because there are some big investors have a lot of Bitcoin that they can use to sort of move the market or correct the market or stop upwards runs, by placing big orders in the futures or wherever. So it's a lot less volatile than it used to be. A lot of people go into crypto thinking it's going to be easy money because of the millions of people who made money in non-fungible tokens and other coins. Then they take bigger risks than they intended and kind of just break their accounts. Right. So I'd like to discourage everyone from day trading unless you know what you're doing, or having this mindset that, the get rich quick thing. I think that in the early days of the stock market, let's say in like the 1950s or whatever, most people made their money by simply investing in good companies over time. And I think that's kind of where, now that the market have stabilized, we're going to see more and more of that. Of course, the market was way down, so we're probably going to see some bounce back, but I think the days of those, 1,000% gains are kind of in the rearview mirror. And what people do is they tend to go for these micro coins that just get announced, and they have very little liquidity. They're very volatile, and then they risk a lot on stuff like that. You're much better off investing in a top 10 or top 20 by market cap crypto like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, all those, the top tier coins. Don't risk all your money on these, fly by night cryptos that you read about on Telegram. Have you covered quantum computing versus BT saving? Fuba 44. We've talked a little bit about that. I saw a story that was published here. Quantum AES. Thank you for that donation too, by the way, Fuba 44. Let's see here. Someone claimed, let's see if I can do it this way. So I saw well, now I can't find the story. I can't believe it. Quantum computer breaking encryption. Maybe that's there it is. Okay. Researcher claims to have cracked RSA. Well, come on now. What are you doing to me? You gonna come around here? Okay, there we go. Researcher claims to crack RSA 2048 with quantum computer. This is the great fear that people have, is that a quantum computer is going to break the encryption of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is not really encrypted. It uses cryptography to secure transactions. So it's transparent on its blockchain. When we think of encryption, we're generally talking about a scrambled message that no one can read in transit. And cryptography, public-private key cryptography, can be used to encrypt messages so that end-to-end encryption, that kind of stuff. But Bitcoin really uses cryptography in a different sense, in that you have a private key that stays private, and the private key can authorize transactions. All of the Bitcoin that moves around on the blockchain is transparent. Anybody can look at the Bitcoin blockchain and see what's going on. So it's not scrambled, it's not encrypted. But if a quantum computer were to somehow be able to crack the encryption or the cryptography underlying the blockchain, it's possible that they might be able to control wallets because they could take the public key and derive the private key. But right now, that is not possible, reasonably possible, right? It would take millions of years to brute force crack that kind of encryption. cryptography. I keep saying encryption. And there are quantum computers out there, but they are not powerful enough yet to actually break this kind of, we're just talking about RSA encryption, which is this kind of RSA 2048 is the kind of stuff that encrypts your credit card transactions and that kind of stuff. This researcher has claimed to have broken it, but he hasn't provided any proof. The response from multiple cryptographers and security experts is, sounds great if true, but can you prove it? I would be very surprised if RSA 2048 had been broken. The scientist making the claim is Ed Girk, according to his profile on LinkedIn, where he also posted his announcement on the RSA crack. He's a quantum computing developer at a firm he founded called Plantano Research in Mountain View, California. Quantum computing has become a reality. We broke the RSA 2048 key, Grech said. Many cryptographers believe that the most viable approach to this problem will involve using a quantum algorithm developed by Peter Shor in 1994 to find the prime factors of an integer. Often a sufficiently powerful quantum computer is built to run an algorithm against the likes of 2048. Breaking RSA is usually attempted by using Shor's algorithm in a quantum computer, but there are no quantum computers in existence that can produce enough gates to implement Shor's algorithm that would break 2048 keys. In a real world, someone had mentioned something. Reached for comment, Grech shared a preprint of his research paper titled QC Algorithms, Faster Calculation of Prime Numbers, and co-authored with Anne Grech. They said it could be, you can use an off-the-shelf hardware. I very seriously doubt that you can break 2048 RSA encryption using a PC. It's just kind of a crazy claim. Let's see. The chief operating officer of an Australian cybersecurity firm, Threat Defense, also challenged Grech to prove his claims. I've shared an RSA 2048 public key, boom, and I have a corresponding private key encrypted by this public key. That's Bitcoin right there. You have a public key and you have a private key. The public key is public, but there is no way to factor that public key to find the private key. That's what makes Bitcoin secure. So the question here is, if you can decrypt the private key, you can sign some piece of text with it, which will prove you are in possession of the private key. Can you do it? Right? So there's been this bogus claim so far with no proof behind it. And most of the cryptography experts say that there is no quantum computer in existence yet powerful enough to implement Shor's algorithm and break RSA 2048 encryption keys. All right. So if I understand this right, I decide to sub to Ledger. They get my private key for a limited time. If I unsub, I get my private key back and they delete their key. I don't know what happens if you unsubscribe from their recovery service. It's probably buried somewhere. Most of the focus has been on what it is, how it works, and how safe it is as far as Ledger goes. I don't remember what they said about when you unsubscribe from their service. As far as Ledger is concerned, it really wouldn't matter because they don't have your private key. The private key is split into a Shamir backup, and nobody has the means to decrypt the key except the user. That's the way that it's put out there. That's what they claim, that the only way to decrypt that Shamir backup is a key possessed by the user that is generated when they verify their identity. But that key that the user generates that they claim only the user has access to somehow has to be stored so that when they lose their device and try to use the recover feature and they verified their identity, somehow they gain access to this key. According to Ledger, it's all stored cryptographically sound and safe and secure, and only the user has access to it. But I would never use this service. Most of what I focus on is the fact that the ledger itself is still safe and secure, and that this service is optional, and that I would never use it, and that the existence of the service does not make the device itself insecure, which seems to be the FUD going around, and that's why a lot of people are moving away from the ledger. And they're also criticizing the architecture of the ledger for not being open source. But this was by design, which I've also gone over quite often, that a secure element chip is secret and private by design. No one is supposed to know what goes on inside a secure element chip. Most crypto wallets that have open source architecture, software, and firmware still use secure element chips that are secret by design. So this whole idea that if it's not completely open source, it's not safe, I think that's a lot of FUD. I think we were going to talk a little bit about the Ledger firmware updates. And I think there's a Ledger page here that talks about the latest firmware updates. Okay, so here we go, the latest firmware version. I think that's, where is that? They don't really, well, let me see if I can do it this way. Update 2.2.2, let's try 3. The release notes, there we go, that's what I'm looking for. Coming soon, Ledger Recover provided by CoinCover 2.2.3, latest version. Released 19 October 2023. Where do they talk about it? Okay, we're excited to announce that this Ledger OS version 2.2.3 enables everyone with a Ledger Nano X to subscribe to Ledger Recover, provided by CoinCover, our new wallet recovery solution launching very soon. You'll be notified when Ledger Recover is live and will be able to sign up for the wallet recovery service. Ledger Recover is an optional blah, 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 blah. Updating your Ledger OS will not automatically activate Ledger Recover. If you choose to sign up for Ledger Recover, once the service is launched, you will need to authorize the paid subscription of Ledger Recover with your Ledger device. By subscribing, you will be able to restore access to your wallet whenever you need it. I've heard so many people say that the Ledger Recover, pardon me. I've heard so many people say that updating their firmware gives Ledger a backdoor to remotely extract your private key. This is not true. But I can't disprove it. But no one else can prove it either. So that's where we are, right? I'm just kind of blue in the face talking about this kind of stuff. But it's my contention that the Ledger device is perfectly safe to use, even with the latest firmware update. Many, many, many people disagree with me, and they shout very loudly on Reddit, and they scare newbies who now the fear has spread. So everybody now, the general consensus in the crypto community, because of several FUD spreaders, is that everyone just now thinks Ledger can steal your private key. They thought that before all this happened. I was constantly trying to convince people, no, Ledger does not store your key. No, Ledger doesn't have your key. Ledger can't steal your key. And I think I had finally sort of, convinced people. And then Ledger comes out with this service where, now that you can back up your key, everyone's now thoroughly convinced that Ledger now has remote access to your private key. Anywho. Okay, let's see. You'll always need to keep, and by the way, if you do, when you set up a Ledger device, you are forced to, during the process, to write, you have to write it down because you go through a confirmation step. So there's no way to not write down the seed phrase during setup of the device, whether or not you use the recovery service. The recovery service is an additional layer of security in case you lose the one you wrote down, but you're still required to write your own seed down. And that still, to me, is the best way to manage a cryptocurrency hardware wallet. I've seen a lot of wallets out there. Tangem is, I think, the best solution. We'll talk about Tangem a little bit. But there are a lot of other wallets out there that say, oh, we've got this multi-factor seedless wallet where, you've got social media where you've got it's like your passphrase or whatever is shared between, 5 different people, or you've got a device and something and something you have and something you can prove, and all this like rinky-dink, slap together way to somehow secure a crypto wallet without a seed phrase. Most of these are rinky-dink, in my view, and not very soundly based on cryptography. Writing down your key on a piece of paper and storing it in a safe place, to me, is still the ultimate way to, secure your crypto in case something happens to your device. All right, so why don't we do the Tangem? Let's see what we got here. I don't know if I can go over, maybe we'll go over to this window. Let's check it out. So yeah, because I can share my phone here. Let's open up the Tangem wallet. Let me move this camera over just a tad so you don't see the, don't want it to fall off the table here. I've got this camera working pretty well. I disconnected it from the monitor. That was the issue with the freezing. It was connected to I have 3 monitors, and each monitor has a USB hub, and I had several devices plugged in to the monitor hubs. So as I said, I disabled the hub cable on the 3rd monitor, and I don't have this camera plugged into the monitor anymore. It's plugged directly into the back of the computer. So maybe JDO will applaud me on my USB management. Let's go into the Tangem wallet here. And they've got this new Tangem app. And I started to freak out about multiple wallets because you used to be able to tap up here in the corner to drop down your multiple wallets. And it took me about 5 minutes to figure out that this thing slides now. So if you're managing more than one wallet, you simply just slide back and forth. So I like that. That's pretty cool. You also have, if you tap into your Bitcoin, you'll see, why does it not have the transaction? Oh, this is a different wallet. Okay. I don't think there was any Bitcoin in this. Yeah, notice there's a transaction history now, and there wasn't before. And also you can manage, you can add new tokens. And then you can also, let's see, where was it? Now I'm not going to be able to find this. Oh, down here, organize tokens. So you can organize your tokens. You can group them so that you'll see that the Bitcoin network, the Ethereum network, Binance Smart Chain, Solana network are all grouped so that any tokens that you have within the chains are grouped. So you can see that my chain link is paired with my Ethereum. I don't have any, I'd see if it goes over here too. Oh, I guess it's per wallet thing. Let's try that. Let's group this wallet. and apply. Yeah, see, you have my Tron and my Tron-based Tether are grouped together. So that's pretty cool. And then you can also, if you ungroup them, you can also simply move them around so that whatever you want is on the top can be moved, right? So you can, if you want to watch your Bitcoin and your Tron on the top, you can do that. You can also group them by balance. Whichever token has the highest balance will be on the top, which is pretty useful as well. You also have a dark mode. I looked and tried to find the dark mode, and as it turns out, it's dependent on the mode of your OS, right? So I guess if before you had were using dark mode on your phone, that when you went into the Tangem app, you were still in like regular Tangem bright mode, right? But Tangem dark mode is activated when your phone OS is in dark mode, right? I guess before it didn't have a way to adapt to that. So that's Tangem dark mode. Pretty cool how you can slide between your wallets. I really like it. There's always been swapping in Tangem. So if you'll notice here, you've got buy, send, receive, and then there's my transaction history. I don't see the swap. The sell is dependent on a third-party service like MoonPay. Let me see. I thought there was some. Let's check Stellar. They used to have a swap. I don't see that anymore. But oh, exchange, right? They call it. So you can yeah. It's still sort of called swap at the top of here, and you can swap tokens on chains. I don't know why I didn't see that in the Ethereum. Let's try over here. I have some chain link here. Yeah, so if you're, within a token, like on a chain, like in the Ethereum ERC20 tokens, you can go into their swap and, swap Ethereum for Link or vice versa. You can swap your whole balance. How you do that? Well, I can't make it happen. I did it before. I thought it was right here. You just tapped on it. Let's do this. Let's just do that. Autofill. Okay. Well, I don't know how to get the max in there. But, there it is. You can actually perform swaps within your Tangem wallet. Now, staking is another story. If you want to stake, I saw on their in their Reddit post about this that there is a link, and you have to use Wallet Connect to interface with third-party platforms where you can do staking. And I guess you could call it staking within your Tangem wallet, but it's sort of it's not staking within the Tangem app. Right. Let me see if I can find that. Let's see here. Oops. Tangem Reddit. Well, doggone it. I think this is it. Okay, so I'm not going to be able to find it. As usual, when I try to do this stuff live, it never cooperates with me. Is this it? Yes, okay. And then down, and there's a video here. I won't play it because I've kind of gone over most of the features, but there is a link here that they give on how to stake cryptocurrency using Tangem Wallet. I'll drop that into the live stream chat if you guys want to investigate that, but it's a little bit complicated to do, and I've never done it myself, so it would I wouldn't want to try to do it cold here on the live stream. I have used Wallet Connect before. It has to do with scanning a QR code from an app, and then you're connected, and every time you do a swap or a trade or confirm a stake or whatever, you have to like scan QR codes to interface. But it works. It's just a little clunky. And also, I wanted to talk a little bit about this judge. Kenny had said I look really stern. We're talking. I've never done it myself. Oops. So sorry. This picture here. Let me see if I can get this thing running. It's like do. Come on, Rex. What are you doing here? Okay, there we go. I'm going to launch Stable Diffusion because I want to basically show you the text for this picture. Let's see if I can do it. Come on. It probably is not going to run for me during the live stream because I'm doing more than one thing. There it goes. Okay. All right. So if I use PNG info, and I have several attempts. I believe this is the one that I eventually used. You can see the text there. Middle-aged judge with glasses, and my Laura that I trained on my own pictures, and then banging a gavel down on his desk with a stern look on his face. So that's how we got the stern look there. I love playing with Stable Diffusion for my thumbnails. I haven't had to take a thumbnail picture in a while. I had like hundreds of pictures that I had taken for my own thumbnails, some good, some bad, and I dropped them all into a LoRa trainer. And so it does a really good job of recreating my likeness when I use Stable Diffusion. So that's how I do these. Let's see, where are we at here? 35,200 and climbing. Okay, so according to Dan, we're making some progress. Let's go back over here and take a look at where we're at with this. Oh, yeah, looks like we just broke 35. Yay, good job. Cool. Let's see, let's buy a little crypto tonight. I was going to do that. Let's go over to Coinbase and we'll buy some Solana because Solana is fast and I want to drop it into my crypto.com app and see if we can't demo some CRO withdrawal. Someone sent me an email earlier who was a viewer, watcher, subscriber of the live stream and specifically asked me to demo this during the live stream. So I'm going to give it a shot. The first thing I'll say about buying crypto on Coinbase is it's probably better to do it in the advanced rather than the normal Coinbase. When you go to normal Coinbase and you do a buy of, say, Bitcoin, is this going to do it? Yeah, that is, yeah. Okay, that is Bitcoin. Okay, let's say I want to buy $100 worth of Bitcoin in Coinbase. When I hit, notice it says $2.99 when I make a $100 purchase. That's kind of steep. It's much better to use Coinbase Advanced and to do a trade. But in order to do that, you need to have some cash in the account. So just hit deposit and say I want to deposit US dollar, and then just go to your bank, and I'm going to use my Huntington Bank here, and let's say it's $100. I'm going to do an online ACH transfer. It's not going to cost me anything. All right, so I'm going to add the cash instantly to my account. Actually, let's add just a little more than that. Let's add 110. Just whoops, what did I say? Okay, All right. Well, I'm not. It must have just saw the 10 there. So we're going to go ahead and do 110. I hope I didn't screw anything up. Yeah, let's add cash now. And once the cash goes into my account, now I can make a trade. So we're going to buy some Solana. It's already up here, but you can switch that here, BTC, US dollar pair, or we can switch over to Solana USD. I have some USD in the account already. You saw me put it in there. So we're going to do a market order with the max and buy Solana. It just takes us a second. I forgot to point out the trading fee there, but I believe it's around 30 cents, much cheaper than $2.99. So much better, cheaper way to buy crypto with Coinbase Advanced. So now we've got some Solana in our Coinbase account, right? What I want to do is I want to move this over to crypto.com and swap it for CRO and see if I can't make the withdrawal. The reason I had to buy that much was because crypto.com used to let you withdraw piddling amounts. And now I believe it's like $100 minimum for a withdrawal. Crypto.com has become a little more industry oriented. The little guy can't withdraw like 50 bucks anymore. But anyway, I could be wrong about that. So we want to deposit some Solana. So we'll hit, how are we going to do this? They used to make this easy. This is the accounts. Trade. I want transfer. No, I don't want to trade. I want to transfer. How do we do that? It used to be pretty easy. Okay, here. Deposit crypto. And we want to deposit Solana. There we go. And so I'm going to share this with myself rather than do it all on my phone. I'm going to share it with myself. And, well, I'll just give it to this address. Joseph, thank you. That's very nice of you. I think, oh, you didn't even ask a question. You just donated. That's very nice of you. Did that come through? Let's see here. Let me move it over here. Gmail, that was me. Okay. Okay. So you can see here that I've sent myself, that's not the address. Wait. Okay. It doesn't look right. Okay. That's not the same address. Let me try that again. EG. Oh, that's what it says right there. But that's not what I'm seeing down here. Oh, no, it is. I don't know what I'm thinking. It is the same address. I'm going nuts here. All right. This is correct. All right. So this is the Solana address of my crypto.com account. All right. So we can look at it here. We can eyeball it, right? So there it is down here. This is the address I need to make deposits of Solana into my crypto.com account. I wanted to kind of talk a little bit about this whole idea that you're going to do something wrong. You haven't set your wallet up properly or whatever. It doesn't really take a genius to verify an address, right? We're looking at the address in my app. It's BSXB6XGA1, and I can look over here in the email that I sent myself and confirm that this is in fact the same address, right? And then we're just going to go into Coinbase and make a withdrawal of my Solana. Like basically you just hover over it in your portfolio and then you can make a withdrawal. You can also do it in normal Coinbase. I don't know if the fees are higher when you make withdrawals, but you just do a send and receive and choose Solana. It came to the top because it has a balance. They sort by balance. And then put in my recipient, which would be that address, right? Right, so it's pretty easy to do a send and receive from within Coinbase. And the fee, we're going to do a preview here. There's no network fee at all for this withdrawal, or it's so small that they're not even going to put it in dollars and cents, right? So let's go ahead and do a send now. The reason I chose Solana is because it is very fast. Let me get my two-factor here for Coinbase. All right, that should work. And off it goes. Okay. No network fees with US dollar coin. Well, that wasn't US dollar coin. Oh, okay. Something else. It's just an ad to make me... right. Okay. So now we're back here again. I am going to take this phone out of dark mode. I find it vexing. Don't like dark mode on my phone. I'm not used to it. Just like looks weird to me. We can go back into crypto.com and we should see a deposit come in shortly. My crypto.com is in dark mode though. That's kind of weird. I don't know how you would change that. Settings. I'm not going to worry about it. But we should see the Solana come in shortly. Now, if we're not sure, right, if we're freaking out, whoa, did it work? Did it not work? Where's my crypto? Let's go over to deposit. Let's say crypto. Let's say Solana. Right, there's the address. It has not changed. Right, let's go over to our Coinbase. They used to have a place where you could check. Let's see, my assets and Solana, and then you could go to your primary wallet. Okay, so I still don't see that outgoing. Your balances. Okay. I hope I did this right. I'm pretty sure I did it right. Okay. Trying to find that outgoing. Okay, there we go. Transactions, sent Solana, there it is. And there's the address I sent it to. So I can confirm that I sent it to the same address, right? And we can go to the Blockchain Explorer, and it says success. And then now we just kind of have to wait for it to show up in crypto.com, which it should shortly, as I'm sweating bullets over here. It shouldn't take too long. Come on, baby. All right, while we're waiting for that, let me catch up here a little bit. Whoops. So we did it, we confirmed it. It's done on the blockchain, but some exchanges still take it a few minutes to actually process into your account. And usually it happens very quickly, so they're kind of making me look like a fool here by not showing up right away as I'm used to it happening. But that's okay. We'll get there. Okay. Can you stake ADA on Tangem? I put that link down there for the Tangem. Oh, here, stake cryptocurrency. BenQ, Wallet Connect, AVAX. I don't know that they would have Solana staking with Wallet Connect. I could be wrong, but it would have to be, let's see here, DeFi, Cardano, Miniswap. I don't know if Miniswap supports Wallet Connect, but If that were the case, then perhaps you could figure a way. I've never done it. I don't know the answer off the top of my head. Let's see here. I think I already have a wallet connected there. And there's some Cardano in there apparently. But that's a Ledger. It's a Ledger-based wallet. Yeah, I've never tried to use a wallet connect with Miniswap. So I don't know if you could, that would be my, I would start there to see if you can stake. And like I said, you cannot stake any coins within the Tangem app. It has to be done through a DEX using Wallet Connect. So it's not simple, right? It's a little involved. Come on, Solana, why are you taking so long today? It just doesn't make sense that my Crypto.com account has not seen this Solana come in yet. Oh well, that's the breaks. It could be 30 minutes, it could be an hour, it could take a couple hours, I don't know. Generally, it does not take this long for a Solana transfer to go from exchange to exchange. But tonight, it's not cooperating with me. So I guess I am not going to be able to do this demo here for you guys real quick, the way I was hoping. All right, let's go into, while we're waiting, CryptoDad's funny, thank you, especially when I'm under pressure. I look like the judge at the beginning of Sleepy Hollow. Disconnected and checked. Oh yeah, maybe we'll disconnect. Let's try that. Let's see what that. Usually you can do, just a refresh is usually enough, but let's try that. Nope, still not seeing it. Yeah, usually when you pull it down to do a refresh, you would see. Then there, they've got Bitcoin at 35,431. Still don't know why I can't see my Solana yet, but we'll just keep praying that it's going to show up in time for me to do this demo. XLM, I could have tried XLM. Maybe that would have been a better choice. I've always had pretty good luck with Solana being very fast between wallets and exchanges, but Crypto.com is proving me wrong tonight. Let's go ahead and launch Ledger Live so we can kind of take a look at what's going on with the firmware. I'm going to connect my device, and if that firmware is available, I think I may have already updated to it. Let's check it out. Let's go ahead and full screen this. I'll go ahead and connect my device and enter my PIN. Got my Ledger here connected. Let me see if this camera's working. This camera wasn't working earlier, but it's working now, right? So I've got my Ledger connected to my computer. You can see everything, right? You can see all the gadgets that I have laying around over here. Oh my goodness. All right, so let's go back to this. Let me finish entering my PIN. All right. So now that the device is connected and the PIN is entered, let's go into the My Ledger section. And I think I've already done this update. I know you guys that have been watching me for a while know that my opinion is the best practice for anything is to stay up to date. I'm not afraid of Windows updates. I'm not afraid of software updates. I'm not afraid of firmware updates. I think that mentality belongs back in the 90s, early 2000s. There were a lot of people that were like, oh, I never do an update because there's bugs. I think that is kind of becoming a thing of the past. I think that software companies have advanced Q&A, quality and assurance now. There's a lot of, they've got bots that run to check for bugs, I think. They've got a lot of people. So there's a lot less of this rush to provide updates that it used to be. Most software is now software as a service. They already have the money. People subscribe to their services. So there's not this like this rush to put out new versions of software like there used to be back in the day. So I think that developers generally take their time now. So this whole idea of avoiding updates because of, worrying about bugs, I've never been that person. I'm more prone to the benefits outweigh the risks, right? You get the latest security, you get the latest functionality, you get the latest bug fixes rather than worrying about the bugs that are introduced by new features. And that's my philosophy going with Ledger. Always keep your software up to date. Always keep your firmware up to date. That's my mindset. So when this update to the firmware came out, I didn't think twice about it. I just went ahead and updated. This whole idea of the firmware being a backdoor, I discussed at length in a video where I updated my firmware to the version that was the first version that included their recovery functionality. So, and that was this video here. Also, I would like to also point this out. I'm going to put a link to this down in the chat window. But I noticed this video over here, and all of this pearl clutching and hand wringing over the idea that somehow the firmware update gives Ledger, remote access to your private key. All of these arguments can be put to shame with a passphrase. So if you're thinking that, I'm going to throw my Ledger away, even though it's the top crypto wallet and supports all of the, the chains and can manage thousands of cryptos and has all these advantages, but I don't trust them anymore because of their firmware update. Well, just use a passphrase. If you're such a security expert that you're convinced that they've created a backdoor, and you've confirmed it, because you're, this like, heavy-duty programmer and all about crypto security, so I'm not going to use a Ledger because their firmware is a backdoor, then you should also be smart enough to know that using a passphrase will thwart any attempts at someone trying to steal your private key, right? It is useless without the passphrase. So just use a passphrase and use your Ledger, right? Have I sufficiently embarrassed myself now? So here's a video on how you implement a passphrase on your Ledger so that your seed phrase can be broadcast, during Easter services at the Vatican, and you still won't have to worry about someone stealing your crypto because it's safe behind your passphrase. Man, I'm just getting testy in my old age, aren't I? Right. Yes. Yeah, all of this, a lot of this stuff that people spout is just basically superstition, right? We're treating crypto like some kind of superstition. It is safe and secure. Cryptography is safe and secure if used properly. There we go. How about that Solana? It's still not here. Oh, crypto.com, you have really finally. Oh, I was about to freak out. I was like, where is my Solana? All right, it's here. All right, so now that we have our Solana, let's trade for some CRO. Sell Solana for CRO. Can I do this or not? Are they going to let me do this? I remember there were like certain cryptos that they won't let you swap for CRO. CRO is like a really weird, let's see, buy CRO with crypto. I can do it with Bitcoin. Why can't I do it with my Solana? Apparently I can't. Okay, so I'm going to have to swap the Solana for something. All right, so what can we swap the Solana for? I guess we can do Bitcoin. Binance Coin would have pretty low, but I don't know that I can buy CRO with Binance Coin. Let's see. Whoops. Okay, let's try this. I don't see Binance Coin in here. Okay, let's just do Bitcoin. They have US dollar coin, but that's probably ERC20. They have Cardano. It looks like they have Polygon. All right, so let's see if we can sell our Solana for Polygon. There, okay. All right, let's do that. So let's sell our Solana for Polygon. Okay. All right, now let's see if we can't buy some CRO using our Polygon. Come on, baby. There it is. Okay. Let's buy. Why is it only? Okay. Okay. So it's 1,000. Maybe, why is it only giving me that? Okay. So we have okay, it's 102 Matic. So let's say 150 Matic. I want to make sure I have $100 worth because I think they're not going to let me withdraw if it's less than $100 worth. That's my fear. Okay. All right, so we did. Okay, so now we have CRO, and I don't want to talk to you right now. All right, so we have CRO in our account. So the wonderful viewer that sent me an email this morning was having issues trying to withdraw his CRO to his Ledger. So let's go into Ledger Live, and I believe you can add a CRO account. I may already have one set up here. There it is. Okay. This is native CRO. Now, there's also ERC20 based CRO. I think I may have some here from a long time ago. Doesn't look like it. Let me go try this other one. I'm just trying to point this out to you guys that there's more than one version of CRO. This CRO. See, this CRO is an ERC20 token. We don't want to mess around with that and pay high fees, right? We want native CRO, which they support now. So if you don't have the account set up, basically if you don't have an account, you simply just do add account. You say you want CRO, right? You click continue, and then it's installing the app on my device. Okay. Oop-a-doop-a-doo. You should be able to see there's a progress bar here. It's installing the CRO app on my device, which I guess we're going to need when we do this receive, right? All right. Now it wants me to open it. All right, so we'll open it up. And it's scanning my device for any existing CRO wallets, which you saw me, I had it, I just deleted it. So I just want to point out that it's really easy to add and delete accounts out of Ledger Live. Deleting an account in Ledger Live does not destroy the crypto. It just removes it from the Ledger Live interface. the wallet is always, the information for the wallet is stored on the device cryptographically. You will never lose crypto by simply deleting the account in Ledger Live. Let's see. I don't like the fact that they're calling it crypto.org, but hey. So there was like lots of different types of CRO. There was like CRO ERC20, there was CRO some other form of it, and then they came out with a new blockchain, and then they called it CRO.org or whatever. So I know it can be a little confusing. But let's go into the account, right? And we want to receive. And then it's going to do a quick hardware check on my device, and there's the address, right? Let's show the QR code. All right, there it is. Now, the person that asked me this question said that every time he tried to send his CRO out of the app, it was telling him that it was an invalid address. So this says Kronos, but it does seem to have the same icon. So let's say we want to transfer this. We want to do a withdraw, and crypto.com users, I could send it to another crypto.com user, or my DeFi wallet, which I'm not going to do, which are connected. Let's try the external wallet. Now, notice here that, well, they only have, okay. Now, if you were to make a deposit, let's see, let's try the deposit. I just want to point out that there's more than one kind of CRO. If we do a deposit, you see here that they have three different types. They have Kronos, POS, which requires a memo, and then they have ERC20. So there are basically exist now three different flavors of Kronos that you can have in different places and deposit into your account, right? So, but hopefully we're dealing with this Kronos. So let's go ahead and do the withdraw, which was the question that I got in the email earlier. And I need to add a new account unless I've already used this. I'm looking here. I want to make sure that I don't. Yes, you can see it down there where it says Kronos POS desktop. It's weird that it's not like native Kronos, apparently. If we go back here, and I'm trying not to make it too confusing. If we do notice the Kronos, this Kronos has a wallet address that looks like an ERC20 address and a pay string, which is kind of weird. And this one requires a memo if you're depositing it in a exchange account. When you pull out to your own wallet, you don't need a memo tag. And then the ERC20, which would be, like Ethereum based. Let's see if we can do this. Okay. So as I'm pointing out here, notice down there at the bottom, CRO desktop is the exact same address, right? This address here that ends in 4PJDS is already in my account. I've already created it. If I had not, then I would have had to do the plus up here at the top and added a new wallet address. But I've already done it before. So, if I scan this, it's probably going to tell me, hey, you've already done this one. They're going to say, oh, yeah, you've already, please check the wallet. It's okay. Well, that's kind of weird. Well, in my case, it's because I already have the address in my list. So maybe the end user that sent me the email had the address in their list already. I don't know. Let's hit withdraw. Yes, I trust it. I want to send the max. Okay, let's hit withdraw. All right, the fee is really small. So you got to go through all this mess here. All right, so first of all, I need an SMS code, which will come in on my phone, wherever it is. I think that's it right there. Okay. 115578. Come on. I hate these. All right, and then my Google Authenticator code for Crypto.com, which is right here. I can grab this and slide back over here and hopefully drop it in time. Thank you for that. I was running out of time, so let's see what happened. Hey, it worked. Okay. So it was kind of weird when I tried to add it. I got the error message, but I'm pretty sure I got the error message because it was already in my list. For Lee Kalafi, just donated $10. Thank you very much. Happy Saturday. Jesus coin is rising and blessing, so I wanted to share. Well, it looks like you might be shilling a coin, but thank you for the donation just the same. Let's take a look at our wallet over here. I'm going to go ahead and confirm this address on my device. Yes, this is okay. We'll just hit both buttons there so that I can get out of that interface. And then let's refresh here. And we should see some CRO come into this wallet. Wow, when I deposited this in 2021, it was worth $55, and now it was only worth like $4. Big difference. Okay, so the CRO transferred from Crypto.com into my ledger. So I don't know if you're here tonight watching the live stream. You asked me that question earlier today. So perhaps you already had it in your withdrawal list. I don't know that there's a way to add an additional Crypto.com account. Let's try that. Well, now that I could try and send it back. We could do that, but I'm running out of time here. Don, your minimum transfer will come from the exchange you're using. However, you will need some Ethereum in your account when transferring ERC20 tokens out of Ledger. Yes, that is true. I missed Don's question. Thanks again for that donation, Lee. I appreciate it. Scott Lee is here tonight. Thanks, Scott, for being here. Are we still talking about blockchain security? Unfortunately, yes. Buying Bitcoin, ETH, XRP, dips for months isn't a real worry. Everything with time, just sit back, relax. Don't lose your mind watching your iPhone every 15 minutes. Good advice, Crypto Burger. Appreciate that. Did you get the new Tangem? Did you try it? Did you like it better than the older one? I do have the new Tangem card. We were talking about Tangem for a while there. If we can go into the Tangem app here, you can see this wallet that we're looking at here is the new card. Notice the old wallet. Oh, they both look, oh wait. Yeah, see the old wallet has the old style Tangem card. There's two different types of cards. See, this is the old, whoops. This is the old style card, right? This is what it looks like. And this is the new card. Put it right side up, right? I like it. I tried the backup feature. It works. I wrote down the backup phrase. Why is my camera blurry? I don't know. This is my go-to camera, right? There it goes. Yeah, I should be in glorious 4K. And I don't know why that I've got that little crack back there in my green screen, but hey. There's a Jesus coin? Scott, there's a Jesus coin? I don't know. I probably want to buy some, right? Reminds me of that Woody Allen movie where he went to confessional and the guy was like, these cigarettes are bothering my throat. And the priest was like, try New Testament cigarettes. I smoke them. He smokes them. Yeah. So what could go wrong buying the Jesus coin, right? Yeah, so I do like the new Tangem card. It has an optional backup for those of you who want that flexibility. You know, I don't know why everybody seems to be, and this will be my last rant. I don't know why everyone seems to be question cryptocurrency and cryptocurrency wallets by default when they accept so much of what goes on around them, right? They believe everything they see on TV. They believe everything they read in the mainstream media. But when it comes to crypto, suddenly they become ultimate skeptics. You know, is this wallet safe? They've got my seed. I don't trust them. You know, it's like, I don't understand why people don't use that high perception skepticism with the rest of the world, right? They only reserve it for crypto, right? It's like, oh my God, crypto, I don't trust it. They're going to steal my crypto. You know, I don't trust this wallet. It's not open source, right? Even though they don't know how to program, they're like worried about being an open source. So, you know, I think I brought up that conundrum before. If you're questioning crypto wallets because they're not open source and you don't know how to code, that means you're still relying on a third party to validate the software for you. So you're still relying on something because you don't know how to code. So crypto works. It works well. Storing your crypto in a cryptocurrency hardware wallet is still by far the safest and secure way to custody your crypto. Write down your seed phrase, store it in a safe place, don't reveal it to anyone, and you're golden, right? Now, I've been going back and forth with a very nice gentleman all day long who the original email was, someone stole my laptop and my ledger. And he goes, what should I do? And I said, buy a new device, restore from your seed phrase, buy a new laptop, install Ledger Live, connect your device, re-add your accounts, boom, you're back in business. And he was kind of like, okay, I've already bought the new device. I just wanted to confirm with you. Well, he bought the new device. He restored from his seed phrase. He went into Ledger Live on the new laptop, tried to add accounts, found no crypto. It's been vexing me all day. He's frustrated. I'm frustrated. You know, it's normally a done deal. I've done this hundreds of times, maybe not hundreds, but lots of times. My contention with him is that's not the right seed phrase, or it would be working. Do you have another seed phrase? No, I don't have another seed phrase. Did you restore the new device properly, or did you inadvertently set it up as new? No, I restored it. So we're still trying to figure out what the problem is, but generally, seed phrases don't lie. I have many people that they do something wrong, like they enter their seed phrase incorrectly 3 times, and then they reset their device, and then instead of restoring it, they set it up as new, and they dutifully write down the new seed phrase that they were given, and now they have 2 seed phrases. And if something happens to their device, and they go to use their seed phrase to restore, they use that new seed phrase, well, it's not going to be valid anymore. In fact, when you set the device up as new, it's not going to sync with any of your old accounts because you didn't restore it properly. So there are a lot of issues in crypto, but generally it's pretty cut and dried when you do things properly. So I'm going to continue to help this gentleman that I've been speaking with all day. I keep waiting for him to send me that one email. He goes, oh, I realized what happened. You know, it was this, not that. So I don't understand why he can't reaccess his crypto, but generally it's a done deal. Guys, please stop doubting crypto and just learn how to use the wallets rather than being the ultimate skeptic when it comes to crypto. It is safe and secure to store your crypto in a hardware wallet, right? Better than a hot wallet. All right, guys, we're wrapping up here. Dan is doing his same bat channel stuff. Okay. Thank you so much for the CRO demo. That was Joseph. Thank you. You're welcome. I hope you figure out what happened with yours. When it comes to one's own money, one gets real skeptical and paranoid. Very good point there, JParent01. I think when people read the news, it doesn't affect them directly, so they're pretty laissez-faire about just absorbing whatever gets spit out at them when it comes to like the news and current events and all that kind of stuff. But you're right, when it comes to your own money, then everyone's skeptical. But no one is skeptical of banks. That's where your own money gets stored on a daily basis. And, the U.S. economy, banks themselves are basically a giant Ponzi scheme, fractional reserve banking. The system could collapse if it's, tipped in the wrong direction. So, buy gold, buy silver, buy lead, store your crypto on your own device. I wouldn't trust, if I had 100 grand, I probably wouldn't be storing most of it in a bank. I would be buying gold and silver, investing in real estate, keeping it in crypto. I wouldn't trust my US dollars if I had a lot of them in a bank. That's just me. It may seem crazy, but that's my mindset, right? So anyway, guys, thanks everyone for being here. Barbara, thank you, JDO, for moderating. Thank you, Dan, for moderating. Can I fix this? I don't know why. I guess it's the camera. It's just like not pointing in the right. How's that? That's a little better. Right? There we go. I think that fixed it. Right? Did that fix this one too? Yeah. See, there I am. Just bobbing around. Once again, we do this every Saturday night, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please join me again for the live stream from Michigan, where you can throw out questions, and I'll do my best to get them answered. Hope to see you here again next week. If you like this particular video, give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe to the channel, I would appreciate it. When you subscribe, there's a little bell that you can click that will allow you to be alerted whenever I post new content. Once again, thanks for joining me, and hope to see you again soon. Thanks, Kenny, for the news, as always. And thanks, everyone that contributed, everyone that chatted, everyone that subscribed, everyone that donated. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Hope to see everyone here again next week.